Musk's clock ran out, and just as OpenAI gets to stop sweating Musk, Sam Altman's own investment ties walk in the door.
This is Musk versus Altman Daily. And today, the deadline may have killed the case, but did it also kill any answer to the founding promise question? Plus, who's now knocking on Altman's door? Step back for me. When a jury says Musk waited too long to sue OpenAI, what legal clock do they mean? And does the court ever have to decide whether OpenAI really broke its founding promises?
Right. The clock here is called a statute of limitations, basically a legal deadline for filing your lawsuit, or you lose the right to sue. In this case, there were 3 surviving claims, each with its own deadline. Per the detailed trial recap from a legal podcast covering the verdict, the breach of charitable trust claim and the aiding and abetting claim against Microsoft both carried a 3-year window, while the unjust enrichment claim, the one arguing Altman and Brockman personally profited off Musk's roughly $38 million donation, had only a 2-year window. The key question was when Musk's clock started ticking, and courts figure that out with something called the discovery rule. The deadline starts when you knew, or reasonably should have known, that you'd been harmed. That's where a single tweet sank Musk's case. The jury pointed to a September 24, 2020 post where Musk himself publicly complained that OpenAI had strayed from its nonprofit mission and treated it as proof he was already on notice. Since he didn't file until 2024, per CBS News, every claim came in past its cutoff. Judge Yvonne Gonzalez-Rogers, who presided over the Northern District of California trial, then adopted the jury's unanimous verdict and dismissed all claims on the spot.
So the jury basically said, we're not touching whether OpenAI actually betrayed its mission. And the whole merits question just never got answered?
Exactly. The dismissal was about the calendar, not the merits, as the legal breakdown put it. So no court has ruled on whether OpenAI broke its charitable founding promises or whether Altman and Brockman were unjustly enriched. OpenAI's for-profit restructuring is still ongoing, and as GeekWire noted, Microsoft was also cleared without any finding on its role. So watch whether state attorneys general or other plaintiffs who aren't tied to Musk's timeline try to pick up the governance questions he couldn't get answered. This one's from Crypto Briefing.
Sam Altman runs one of the most valuable AI companies on the planet. He also holds a personal investment portfolio worth roughly $3.5 billion, spread across companies that OpenAI is increasingly doing business with. That combination is now attracting the kind of attention nobody at a pre-IPO company wants.
So we just walked through the clock that killed Musk's case. And now here's the part that stings. Altman invests $375 million of his own money into Helion in 2021, then turns around and pushes OpenAI to lead a $35 billion round in that same company.
That's per the Wall Street Journal back in April. And the setup to keep straight, Devin, Altman holds no equity in OpenAI itself. His upside on Helion is cash. His upside on OpenAI is reputation.
Which is the loophole, right? You can't accuse him of self-dealing in OpenAI because he doesn't own a slice of it. But the company he steers is writing checks into companies he does own.
And notice who's asking the questions. Republican lawmakers and state attorneys general. The same people the nonprofit law argument has been pointing at all along. The political pressure and the legal pressure are ending up in the same place. If Musk v. Altman Daily helps you keep up, take a moment to subscribe and leave a review wherever you're listening. It really helps other people find the show. You'll find links to every story we covered today in the show notes. If one story grabbed you, it's worth opening the source and reading a little deeper. That's Musk v. Altman Daily for today. This is a Lantern podcast.